What is going on, everybody? Getting back to the channel roots with some Slayer content in today's video. It's been a good while since I've done anything Slayer related. Most of you that follow my channel probably know that it's my favorite skill, over 60 mil XP at this current time. So I wanted to get back to that and figure out some different things through the skill, and I've got a little bit more planned to go along with this video that will be coming out in the future. Before we get into that, if you haven't had a chance yet, there is a link in the description below that will take you over to my very own Old School RuneScape merch store. All kinds of stuff in the store. I've got pint glasses, beer mugs, t-shirts, stickers, decals, and some other good stuff in there. If you haven't had a chance yet, hop over there and check it out. You might find something that you like. Not trying to drag this plug out because I want to get into the Slayer content, so let's get going with that. So in my eyes, Slayer makes the world go round. That's pretty much how I've made the vast majority of what my bank value is. It's somewhere around, I don't know, 6 billion or so at this current time, and not too many big ticket item drops have contributed to that. And when I say big ticket, I'm talking like 100 mil plus or even billions, you know, like shadow drops, scythes, twisted bows, stuff like that. Not talking about that. The vast majority of my drops are all from your typical Slayer bosses or just like your regular old Slayer monsters. So not too many uniques contributing to that, but more or less just normal loot that you can get from pretty much any Slayer monster while you're on task. So what was my reason for doing this? Well, life has been somewhat hectic for me in the past few months. You may have noticed that I haven't been putting out as many videos as I normally do. For a couple of years straight, I was putting out a video on Wednesday and Sunday every week. So around 8 videos a month. But I've kind of kicked it back lately because a few different things in life have gotten a lot busier. Some things have taken priority, and I haven't really had time to just sit and play RuneScape like I used to. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that. So I wanted to take that time in this video. So the two reasons that I wanted to do this is I wanted to see how much money can you actually make just doing casual Slayer. Not really try-harding it, not trying to get as much XP as you can, just doing money-making tasks or really anything that's going to turn you a profit. Two is I'm trying to fill out collection logs, so I still need to do Slayer. The only drop I'm missing from any Slayer boss currently is the Jar of Stone from the Grotesque Guardians. You have to be on a Slayer task to kill that Slayer boss, so I have to keep getting tasks. I could skip for it, but another thing is I also still need the Eternal Gem from the superior creatures. I do have the Imbued Heart, so I still need normal Slayer tasks that spawn superior monsters so I could try to fill that collection log spot out. So if you missed that, my two reasons were not having as much time as I used to sit around and play RuneScape and to fill out collection logs. And I think it actually worked out pretty well for this video. I'm actually really happy with what I made. So I was able to go through and track it all. I actually didn't track profit because most of the Slayer tasks that I'm currently doing, the supply cost is pretty minimal. Prayer potions here and there, super combat, divine ranging stuff. So the supply cost wasn't really that extreme. I could go through and see exactly what I spent, but in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't that much because most of the tasks that I'm doing are normal Slayer tasks, and you'll see that. So we'll go through the data set and then figure out what my average was, what it could have been, and do some other neat little statistics throughout this video. So I did this for 1 calendar month. I started somewhere in the middle of June and ended in the middle of July, which was at the time of this video, just about a week ago or so. And I went through and used the RuneLite tracker to track all of my loot. All of the stuff that you see on the loot tracker, I pick it all up. I'm one of those people that likes to pick up just about every drop that they get. There are things that I still will not pick up just because it's not really worth the time. All of that stuff is hidden on the loot tracker for RuneLite, so that does not account or attribute to any of the loot that I've made. Anything that you see on these loot trackers is going to be what I did end up picking up and what went into my loot tab or various other tabs in my bank if I already had placeholder for them. So throughout the calendar month that I did this, I was able to play RuneScape throughout this month for 18 days. I have 18 loot tracker screenshots, which obviously is 18 days that I was able to play. Now, I did not go hard for this at all. I only got on and played RuneScape when I actually had the time. And most of you know that I do have the ability to play RuneScape at my 9-to-5 job. I am a support desk technician. So I'm on a computer all day anyways, and a lot of the Slayer I did It was AFK tasks, stuff that I didn't have to pay much attention to, so I was able to play a little bit at work here and there. I was also able to get on here and there while I was at home after I finished doing, chores for the day or making orders for the merch store. So again, all of this stuff that you're seeing is just whenever I had time to hop on for a little while. Some of the days I did have an opportunity to play more than others. Some days the loot tracker is, pretty low when compared to other days. So I guess let's start going through these and we'll see exactly how I did. June 19th was the first day that I started to collect the screenshots for this video. So on June 19th, I was able to make a total value of 3.84 million. And you'll see in here, I did some Czar Cats, collection log spots. I need to fill those out. So that's the reason that those are in there. Usually not a very good task for money, but I did manage to get the Obsidian Shield and Cape in this task. So kind of made up for the supplies that I spent. I also did do all the clue scrolls that I received throughout this month. So you'll find the clue scroll loot in here as well. Nothing super crazy about the first day here. And I'm not going to go through every single one in detail. We'll just go through, give you a couple seconds so you can look at the loot screenshots and then move on. So again, June 19th, first day, 3.84 million GP. June 20th, a little bit better, 6.91 million GP in this one. And a lot of that was attributed to, actually over half of it, 178 Abyssal Demons. I managed to get 2 whips in that task, so that was a nice task. Everything else, just normal Slayer loot. 5 clue scrolls in that day, and almost a mil from that, so that wasn't too bad. June 21st, 4.61 million GP. Lots more stuff going on in this one, so I had a lot of tasks in this one. Shamans, Spiritual Mages, some more Abyssal Demons, Skeletal Wyverns. June 22nd, 4.27 million in this one, and Anku in there. I just do that because it's a quick task, free points. Just get that out of the way. Skeletal Wyverns, this was actually a funny day. I had 4 Skeletal Wyvern tasks in a row here, and they were all attributed to the back-to-back Slayer Cape perk. So that was actually pretty nuts. June 26th, 7.26 million. So my highest one so far, and this was just on the account of Vorkath. Vorkath obviously is couple minutes, somewhere between a minute and 2 minutes a kill for the most part. So most of the day when I was able to hop on, it was just Vorkath. Still wasn't able to finish the whole task in a day. The following day, this one, June 27th, I actually forgot to reset the loot tracker, but I was able to make the calculations between the day before and what I had here. So I was able to just grab it all in a guide price tracker so we could still get an accurate one on this. 4.45 mil for this one. June 28th, 5.99 mil. Get a lot of stuff here and had some Dagonoth Kings in this one. Nothing too crazy to get a Sears ring. Spiritual Mages, I've been killing the next Spiritual Mages, the ones in the next chamber, and I was doing that to fill out that collection log slot as well. Happy to say that I was done that. That was a pretty crazy task. 6 Dragon Boots plus a bunch of pieces. Actually, the full armor kit there for that one. June 29th, 5.08 million. Some more Vorkaths in this one. Also did 25 Calfight Queens. I can't stand to do more than 25 Calfight Queens out of a Calfight task. So I do 25 and then finish the task at the little ones just so I don't melt my brain constantly running back there. June 30th, 12.6 million, 114 Vorkaths I was able to do in this day. This is one of those days that I was able to get quite a bit more RuneScape time in just because I wasn't like super busy. So the 114 Vorkath, that was a whole task that I was able to finish throughout this whole day. 12.6 million GP there. Didn't get to play for a while over the 4th of July break from work and some other stuff. So the next date is actually on July 7th. More Vorkath and another Vorkath task. It was back to back here. 6.27 million for this one. July 10th, 5.96 for this one. Lots of Dust Devils. Had a couple Dust Devil tasks. I do those again because of superior chance. I still need that Eternal Gem. Dark Beasts is actually the highest Slayer monster that you will see throughout this video. It does require level 90, but I don't have them extended, so usually only get between like 10 and 20. Quick task, if you can do that, go ahead and knock it out. Just get those quick points. More Vorkaths in here. Durdel has been very generous with the Vorkath tasks. The following day, I finished up the Vorkath task. That probably took up most of my day. 6.69 million for this. Also had some Aberrant Spectres in there. July 12th, 7.65 million for this one. Some more Dagonoth Kings. Didn't do the whole task in the day. I had to cut that day short for whatever reason I actually had to do it. This was mostly a bossing day though. Vorkaths and Dagannoth Kings for this one. July 13th, 6.68 million GP. 20 Dusk in there. That's actually the Grotesque Guardians. It only tracks the Dusk kill. So we did 20 of those and finished up that Dagannoth King task on this day. July 14th, 2.85 million GP. Didn't have a lot of time to do much of anything for this day. Abyssal Sire, I do have that green log, but I wanted to do some because I have 2 bludgeon pieces in the bank, so I figured might as well try to just finish that out and then never go back. July 17th, and this one 2.6 mil and 1.57 mil for a total of 4.17. I actually had to switch computers throughout the day here, and I did have my RuneLight logged in on my home laptop. So that is why there is 2 different trackers in here, but I still did manage to get all the loot from the day. And the last one, my 18th day, 8.99 million on July 18th. Lots of stuff killed for this day. Some Calphite Queens, Skeletal Wyverns, few Dark Beast tasks to knock out. I actually killed 50 of those. Mithril Dragons, trying to get that Dragon Full Helm for the collection log. Some Shamans, and some more Dagannoth Kings. So, statistics time. I hope that you guys enjoyed looking at all those loot screenshots. I actually do like to look at loot screenshots. It's interesting to me to see what people come up with. I don't know, maybe you're weird like me and just like to see cool loot screenshots. But anyways, statistics. So if we add up all the money that I made throughout these 18 days of the month that I was able to play, 111.22 million was my total made. And that, again, is all 18 of those days added up. That would average me out to about 6.18 million GP every day that I played. And that is only through the 18 days. That's not every day of the month, which I'm going to get to right now. Just for fun, I did those calculations as well. If I was able to play as much as I did each day, and using that average, I would actually be able to make 185.4 million GP if I did do this every day throughout the month. So I'm basing that off of 30 days, an average of 30 days in a month. What does that equate to? 2.224 billion GP in a year if I was able to do this for 365 days straight. Now, you know, with life and everything, obviously that does get in the way, so I would never be able to do this every single day unless all I did was play RuneScape for a living, which I clearly don't. Now, if I take these averages and just say, let's say I could do this an average of 18 days a month, like I did throughout this month, well, that is still a pretty good amount, 1.334 billion GP if I played like I did throughout this month for the whole year. So that's through all 12 months, maybe 18 days or so of just doing Slayer. And obviously I'm not going to be just doing Slayer forever. Once I get that Eternal Gem and the Jar of Stone, Slayer is pretty much done for me, and I can just go off and do whatever else I need to do in order to fill out collection logs. So what was my point in all of this? Basically my point was, a lot of people complain, well, I can't play that much, so I can't make that much money. Gotta raid. Well, raids is a gamble. You know, you go to Tombs of Amasket, Chambers of Zarek, Theater of Blood. It's a gamble. It's an RNG based thing. So you could go, you know, hundreds dry and never get one of those big ticket items to help you make that profit. However, with Slayer, just like this, you'll notice here that the highest monster that I killed with the Slayer skill throughout this was the Dark Beasts. I didn't do any Cerberus for this. I didn't do any Alchemical Hydra. So really the Dark Beasts were actually just like free tasks for me, free points. So really you could kind of look at this as 85 Slayer actually being the highest Slayer monster that I actually killed through this, and that was the Abyssal Sire and the Abyssal Demons. So I think that's a good look at what you can actually achieve if you just use your time wisely and you're just trying to make, you know, some money to get yourself through. Not everybody can even play as much as I was able to play casually for myself throughout this video. But this is just trying to get the message out there that there is a way for you to make some decent income with just the time that you have. Now, maybe you can't make 111 million like I did throughout this month, but you could still make a pretty good chunk of change with just a Slayer level of 85 and some decent gear. And the longer you do that, obviously the more money that you're going to make throughout the time, the better gear you're going to get, and then, you know, the faster you're going to start killing things, the more money you can accumulate in a shorter amount of time. So my main point for this video is you don't have to have a ton of time to play RuneScape to actually make some money. The Slayer skill can do that for you. The skill was built around making money. Most Slayer monsters and bosses now have crazy resource drops, so you're going to be making a decent chunk of change pretty much no matter how you do the Slayer skill. As long as you're killing stuff, you know, that will turn you a slight bit of profit. So that's going to wrap this one up, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed going through the statistics of what Slayer could actually bring you, even if you're just playing casually. Obviously, if you play a little bit more than casually, your income is going to increase. But this was basically for the people out there that find themselves struggling to find a whole lot of time to play and build their bank. I just wanted to show you really what you could do with just some free time here and there. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't done so yet, tap that subscribe button on your way out. If you have a chance or if you think about it, let me know what you think about this video in the comments down below. I will see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.